We finally reached the part everybody is excited about. We have the knot, we have all the holes drilled, and all the pieces line up really well. So here's what you're going to need to get it together with the paracord. Obviously, we need the paracord, so ask for it. Okay, it comes in a little plastic bag. Bottle of super glue, bottle of accelerator. I like the spray accelerator. It works a little bit faster than the squirt on stuff with your hand. A pair of scissors, whether it's this pair or another pair that you cut with paper, it doesn't matter. And one little spring clamp. I'll explain what this is for later on. All right, now line everything up and take a moment to look down every single hole to make sure you can see daylight all the way through. The paracord needs to be able to go through without getting stuck. Now, if you find you have paracord that has an end that's frayed, then of course take the scissors and cut a little bit off so that it's a little bit sharper and it'll go through a little bit easier as you're going along. So how much do we need? Well, line everything up and then paracord, lay it on top. It's going to go about a ½ an inch into the end and then about a ½ inch into the knot. Now I'm just putting my finger and thumb at the end of the knot, the very end of it, and picking it up, and that's where I'm going to cut it with my scissors. Okay, right there. And then go ahead and make 2 of those that are the same size. You can just put them together like that. And remember, you don't want to stretch it yet. I'm just kind of very gently pulling them out so they're about the same length. Now these are going to be way longer than we actually need, but I can't stretch and feed at the same time. That's a pain in the behind. So here's how we start. Take your bottom, the end of your tie, if you will, and you're going to put a little bit of super glue on the paracord, not down in the hole. The super glue is a little bit too thick. It won't actually go down into the hole. But if I put some glue on the end of the cord and stick it down there, then it works just fine. So we take one end of the paracord and drip a little bit of glue on it. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. You want to get glue on the end. There, a drop on the end, and that'll kind of feed down to the bottom, and then a little on the sides, about a ½ of an inch down. So I've got a whole bunch of glue stuck on the end of that cord. I want it to drip down to the end there. And then as I put it in, you want to gently twist around. Okay, that hit bottom. Just kind of leave that there and squirt that in there. And this should make that dry 60 seconds or so, and that'll give me plenty of time to put on the other end. I'm trying to avoid a big mound of glue on the end of this where the hole is, because then this one won't fit tight. There's a mound of glue keeping them separated. So later on, if I need to kind of peel a little bit of that away with a chisel or something, but that's okay, that's fine. So that holds on, now it's fine. Repeat on the other side, and then we'll actually start feeding it through. Again, give that a minute or 2 to dry, to get set in there, because as soon as you start yanking it, it might pull out. Alrighty, so the first one should be fine, and we just one at a time feed everything through and slide them down. Okay, we have our tie put together. It lines up really well. A little gap here like I thought with the mound of super glue, but not bad. So because this is a darker wood, we may get away with it. If not, we'll scrape a little away. Now here's the tricky part. I can't just glue that on or it'll be loose. I'll have a lot of leftover paracord and they won't hold together. So I need to give some tension. I saved this from my very first tie. This is how much paracord I pulled out and it yanked out before I snipped it to glue it into the other end. So you need to give it some pretty good tension. This is where we hope and pray that the first ones that were glued in stay in. They should. My first one seemed to work fine. But we take and we yank a bunch out, give it some good tension, and you need to be able to pick it up, and these don't separate on their own. Gravity doesn't do that. So if you want a little less tension, that's fine. And this side needs to stay together. I'm going to give a little bit more tension than that. Okay, that's about right. Okay, hold on to it. Take your spring clamp and put it right at the end where you want that tension to be, and that holds it in place. I'm only doing one, so you can see that this is now tensioned on and it's staying there from the spring clamp. Now I'm going to snip off about 1 inch left over. So about 1 inch left over right there. Okay, it's sticking up. That will allow me to feed that in and glue it, and then when I let go, the tension will spring back and it'll still hold together. So we do exactly the same thing with the glue. Little glue on the tip and about 1/4 inch down. There we go. And it's probably a little more than I should have put on, but we stick that in there. Wipe off a little of the excess glue. And then you have to feed it in till I see that the paracord is bottomed out. And then go ahead and squirt that to stay. Give it a good 30 seconds before you let go of that tension. I'd almost go 60 seconds. So we're literally going to sit here for just 60 seconds while that cures. Then I can pull out the other one and repeat. Okay, now, a moment of truth. I'm going to release the tension from the clamp and see what happens. Okay, that seems to stay on just fine. All right, now we repeat. We do the exact same thing. Give that a good pull. The weight is holding it really well. That's a pretty good tension. Okay, cut it so about 1 inch is remaining. And this one can be tricky. There we go. Because it's really hard to squeeze that one in. So I can pull it out, which is what I'm going to do. I can actually separate this a little bit as I put that one in. And I'm trying to avoid getting glue all over my fingers at the same time. So we put a little bit of glue on the end and about 1/4 inch down. Okay, there we go. And we that in and let that bottom out. I'm afraid I might end up gluing my fingers to this. We'll see how this goes. I'm trying to make it so I can let go. There we go. So I can let go and that stays in there. I'm going to hit it one more time, give it the same 60 seconds, and then we'll see how it goes. Then if there's any staining left, this doesn't really stain, it just sands. If there's anything left, just a light sand usually gets rid of anything from the accelerator. Okay, here we go. This one does have a little too much super glue. There, that's a little better. And there we go. We got our tie, it stays together, nice and tight the whole way. And I can still pull it, it has plenty of tension. I do have a little bit of staining from the accelerator, but that just comes right off. Just a few passes with some sandpaper takes it right out of there. And now that it's glued, I can actually maneuver it around. A little right there. And that should do it. Okay, you have a nice tie. And we don't put on the actual clip for the neck until after lacquer, because I don't want to put lacquer on the fabric. It's just going to peel off and make a mess. If there's any sanding left to do on this, check everything. No sharp edges, no pencil lines that you might have missed. If you're good with that, if everything is sanded, you've gotten rid of all those burrs and everything else, Now let's take it into the lacquer room and spray some finish on it. Then, once the first coat is dry on both sides, just the usual, just take the sponge sander and sand it down. And obviously it's gonna pull in and out as you go, that's fine. Take out anything rough, and then we'll spray it again with a second coat. And then I'll show you how to put on the clip on the back of the tie.